guys, welcome back to my channel. Today the video that we'll be doing will be the what's in my knitting bag tag. I was asked to do this by a friend, so let's just jump straight into it.
So I have 3 knitting slash crocheting slash crafting bags, and they're all of the same design, which is this design, and it is called Rustic Ranch Range from Spotlight. This is my main bag. It's just a tote bag size and it's got a pocket in the front. I generally use it for all of my smaller projects that I'm working on. It would only be if I was working on something larger that I'd actually move up to one of the other 2 sizes. So let's jump in. So first in the pocket I have a little notebook and a pen. I use a notebook to do all of my little notes. If I've got to count rows or keep up to a certain spot in a pattern, I like to write it down. I know there is counting apps which you can use on your phone, but I just don't like it. I like to have things down in front of me. Oh, this is one of the patterns that I was using. So last time I was making socks, it was actually the pattern that was on the Moda Vera Not Just Socks yarn. So it was on the back of the band. So that's still sitting in there. We have another yarn band from Peyton's Dreamtime Merino 4-ply. Okay, that's it for the front pocket. Let's dive into the main bit. First up is my set of needles. Now my mum bought me these needles years ago, years and years ago. So my preference, I prefer to knit with bamboo. It's just a preference. So the actual set ranged from 3mm, but I've got an extra 3.25 in there. So I've got 3mm, 3.25, 3.5, 3.75. This is the 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and 6. So that's my set of my main knitting needles that I use. These are a little set of the double pointed needles that I actually use for the Not Quite Socks pattern. So I'll pop them back in there. Next up is another yarn band. It was the Moda Vera Monkey, which is the yarn that I used for the last project that I've just finished. It was a chunky scarf for a friend who's travelling overseas and asked me to make one for her. Okay, next up is my little case, which is of the same pattern as the bags. I've got 2 of these. This one, okay. So this one I actually just use to hold all my other bits and bobs. So I've got 2 stitch holders here. I've just got a couple of various size needles. Obviously my little scissors. Now I've got 3 tapestry needles. I've got a big one, which is actually my mum's, and I probably should give that back to her. And 2 smaller size tapestry needles for weaving in ends. Now I've got a few of the longer stitch markers here. So therefore, obviously just when I'm knitting, needing to keep track of where I'm at. And then now here I've got my various different cable needles. So this one actually came with a Better Homes and Gardens magazine. I'd never used a curved one and I didn't really like it. I think I definitely prefer the straight cable needles. So I'll pop them away. Next up's my other case, which has my crochet hooks in it. So these are the main needles that I use. So I've got 2 metal ones. They're all of different brands. a 1 mil, 1.5 mil, 3 mil, 3.5 mil, 4 mil, 5 mil, 5.5 mil, 6 mil, and a 6.5 mil. This is just another little bag of mixed goodies. I have a couple of sets of circular needles. In there is 2 sets of the birch 3.25 needles in the 80 centimeters, and I have 1 5.5 set in the 100 centimeters. Measuring tape. Got 2 pom-pom makers which came with a Better Homes and Gardens magazine. I've used them once for a project that I made a couple months ago to make some pom-poms for the top of some beanies. I didn't really like them. I think it's easier to make them the old-fashioned way with just some cardboard. But I gave them a go since I had them. And lucky last in this bag is just some split ring circular stitch markers. I've got a peg, don't know why that's in there, some scrap yarn from another project that I just finished. It was a headband, and I've got a pocket on the inside here which actually just has some all-purpose core bond needles. So that's pretty well it. No, I have a button as well. So this is pretty well everything that I usually have in my main knitting bag. Obviously, I would usually have a project that I was working on, and the pattern just so happens that I'm not working on anything in particular right now. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what else you've got in your bag that I'm missing and that I should have. I'll see you next time. Bye!